What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that I love to talk about. Movies and video games and comic books and TV shows. If it's nerdy, if it's geeky, I want to talk about it right here. Right now, I want to talk to you guys about Season 2, Episode 2 of The Twilight Zone. So it's the Jordan Peele reboot. It's actually the second reboot. It's the third iteration of the Twilight Zone. But yeah, I'm 4 episodes in now. I've already got my review for episode 1 up. Check that out. But right now, let's talk about episode 2. And episode 2 is called Downtime. And, you know, I loved episode 1. Episode 1, Meet in the Middle, was wonderful. Episode 2, Downtime, it was good. It wasn't at the same level of episode 1, however. Episode 2, Downtime, stars I can never say her last name. Is it Morena Baccarin? I don't know. It's the Deadpool girl, and the Gotham girl. She stars as a hotel manager who's recently been promoted to that position, and she's got the world by the throat, and she's ready to just put the world into submission and just own it, right? And she comes to find out that maybe reality isn't what it seems. And through the course of the episode, she learns that she is basically an avatar for a real person who is in the real world. Now, I'm not going to get into all the plot specifics, but something happened to that person in the real world that kind of made her become self-aware in the game world. And it's about her kind of coming to grips with the fact that not only is the world around her synthetic, she's synthetic. Everything is a false reality. And is she able to come to terms with living in that false reality? So everybody around her is a game character. She is a game character, and she comes to realize that through the course of the show as she kind of becomes self-aware. This one, it felt kind of Matrix-y to me. Not exactly. I mean, there were some programs that were chasing her, and she, I don't know, it struck me as Matrixy for some reason. But more out of the 4 episodes that I've watched so far, this one was the one that struck me with the most consistent feeling of dread throughout the episode. In the other 4 episodes that I've watched, you had those feelings of dread in there. You had fear. You had some sadness. You know, Twilight Zone is very good about bringing out emotions in you. But in this one, there was a sense of dread 90% of the episode. 90% of the episode, you had this horrible feeling that this isn't good. And what's funny, I don't know how much I want to get into this. What's funny is that the ending wasn't as dreadful as a lot of Twilight Zone endings were. But for whatever reason, this episode just gave me this feeling of dread the whole time. Like I just felt like she was in this hopeless situation. Everything about this situation was hopeless. And it really made me feel sad. That's what good stories are supposed to do, though, right? Good stories are supposed to make you feel certain ways. Not all stories are designed to make us feel happy or make us feel thrilled or make us feel excited. You know, some stories are designed to make us feel sadness or make us feel dread or make us feel fear. And this episode made me feel all 3 of those. Episode 1 was better. Episode 1, the idea behind the story was more original. Um, the narrative was more concise, and episode 1 felt like it could have been stretched out into a movie. Where this one and episode 2, it started to feel a little long. Like they were running out of ways to fill the hour. So that's kind of how I'm looking at these two. You know, episode 1 was great and episode 2 was really good. But there was just some things that episode 1 had that 2 didn't. And that really comes down to the narrative. And as good as Miranda Baccarin is, that dude from the first episode, he acted his butt off, and good for him. Good for him. So yeah, episode 1 was a little bit better, but this was still really good television. Episode 2 was, you start out in the episode. I thought we were going to go the alien route. I really thought this was going to be an alien invasion, body snatchers type deal, and as we learn more and more, it became obvious that that's not what it was. So I hope I'm not spoiling too much if you haven't seen it yet, but I'm telling you, like all good Twilight Zone episodes, it really kind of switches things up multiple times throughout the episode. So episode 2, Twilight Zone Season 2, very good. Not quite as good as episode 1, but still very good. But the important thing is, have you seen episode 2? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your take on it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, guys, thank you so much for joining me right here at the LQ Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Until next time, guys. See you later.